Hey guys, and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks. But the Marine Temple were a jaunt, so it were. Don't know why I'm talking like a fucking 18th century prospector. It's the start of a new recording session, it's fine. We're gonna leave Oceanland now and head back to the Tower of Spirits, because it's time for a bit more dungeon climbing and escapades, Maxie.
Right, see, if this was a 3D Zelda game, since we had done 3 dungeons, this would have been the part where we have collected all of the first batch of MacGuffins, and then the plot would have done its little hokey pokey thing there. Someone might have died, we don't know, and then we go on to the next set of MacGuffins, but this is a DS Zelda game, so instead we're gonna go back to our central dungeon and either ascend, descend, whatever the game wants us to do.
Basically, here is a pop quiz for you. What Zelda game, I'm not going to say whether it's 2D or 3D, because that will give the game away, did basically nothing after the first 3 dungeons?
Phantom Hourglass, I'm pretty sure, until you get to the boss.
It was actually Skyward Sword, because you beat the first 3, like, temples, and then nothing. The adventure just continues, really.
Oh yeah, you did mention that. Okay, so I still haven't played Skyward Sword. I know. Boo, shame on me. I don't know. My Wii is still packed up in a bin somewhere. I gotta unpack at some point. But yeah, I still need to play Skyward Sword, and I'm going to, because I want to give it that fair shot, despite all the vile that Tom exposes to me through osmosis. But
Whoa. I'm not fucking Brain Scratch Comms, or I'm not Ryan. I don't hate the game. It's just not my favorite 3D Zelda. It's easily my least favorite 3D Zelda.
Okay, fine. The bile of the internet, which hashtag includes Tom, but yeah, no, I actually still haven't given Spirit Tracks, but I'm still willing to give it a try, because I know, like, Steven replayed it, and he started liking it more after a replay, so I'm kinda, there's a lot of opinions floating around in my head that when I play it. Yeah.
Wow. Let Steven play it for a good 15 hours, and we'll see if he turned on it the same way he did Breath of the Wild.
I was gonna say it's like 15 hours of any video game. I mean, I think I could even possibly start hating Final Fantasy IX if I was on, like, the 14th hour of playing it straight.
Ooh. What is that fancy looking place, and can we live in it?
Or can we conquer it, set it up for military purposes, maybe build more industrial trains with it?
Interesting. Well, maybe if we get more Force Gems, probably not going to happen, but if we had more Force Gems, maybe tracks would lead there, who knows?
Yeah, see, this is really neat with the tracks changing the map. It is kind of funny seeing how small the actual starting map is compared to how far it actually expands if you get all the Force Gems. Like, there's actually no empty space on the map without a track if you fill out the whole thing.
Yeah, and then we're all connected. Everything is connected.
And plot-wise, it just means stronger chains on the dark evil that was imprisoned in the planet. Still not the best idea, you know, to put the great destructive evil right under your feet. But, you know, you do what you gotta do.
Well, that was enough banter to reach the Tower of Spirits. I'm pretty pleased with that. But this is where things are going to start to get a little bit hectic now, because it took me a fair few tries to get a good run of this section of the Tower of Spirits, and we're going to be introduced to a new brand of Phantom. It's a pretty cool mechanic, but yeah, let's just say if you don't like being chased in video games, this one might trigger you a little bit.
Spoiler alert, Spirit Tracks is actually a sleeper horror game. This has been a trick LP the whole time. We just didn't want to spoil it for you. But yeah, no, the puzzles here are going to get a bit tricky. This is where it took me multiple tries to get through the tower. I thought I could just turn my brain off while playing a 2D Zelda game. I was wrong. Spirit Tracks will make you use that think noodle.
This ain't Oracle of Seasons, mate. You do have to put a little bit of effort into it.
I'm pretty sure if you got me extremely blasted drunk and then put a Game Boy Color in my hand, I could still just breeze through Oracle Seasons.
Why haven't you turned that into a Twitch series? That actually sounds pretty entertaining.
Like, just get blasted drunk and see how far I can get into a Zelda game in a session or something?
The Legend of Drunkard. That, my friend, is some good advertising.
The Adventure of Lunk. It's just Drunk Link.
The Adventure of Drunkle. There you go.
Oh, Drunkle Zelda.
Alrighty, here we go. Those things bopping about the map are known as Phantom Eyes. Sorry, Zelda, I'm taking your commentary, but I gotta introduce the floor somehow. And that thing bopping around on the right side of the map is a warp phantom. If those Phantom Eyes see you, they will teleport to the Phantom Eye that spotted you, and yeah, let's just say your adventure can end pretty quickly if you're not careful from here on out.
Yeah, the teleport ones are just ways of increasing the amount of ways for a Phantom to spot you. They're kind of a simple enemy. It's sort of weird why they didn't just put more Phantoms. I guess they just had to throw in the gimmick of it teleporting to catch you, kind of give you at least a little time to, you know, get rid of them.
There is also like a gameplay mechanic purpose, because when Zelda takes control of it, you can, you know, have her teleport to any particular eye, and they use that to solve puzzles. Also, might I add, thank Christ these things aren't like fully invincible, because that's a make or break sort of thing for me. That would take it from challenging to frustrating.
Yeah, they kind of make them a handicapped enemy on purpose. Just because they still have the ability to send a Phantom your way, but you don't want to put too many Phantoms on the floor. Remember, these puzzles were designed by level designers, so these guys put in a lot of thought in basically difficulty curve and like the amount of steps that they'll ramp it up for you per floor.
Now you might see that the way forward is to go above using the whip, but this one here will spot you if you do that, so we're taking him out in advance, and now we can head over there.
I think this is another reason why I like the inventory in Spirit Tracks as opposed to with Phantom Hourglass and even other Zelda games, is that even though they were more used in their individual dungeons in which there aren't that many, so you're not going to have that many items, but with the Tower Spirit, you're going to be using all the previous items a lot. So the boomerang is never going to get old, the whip is never going to get old. I mean, I guess the fan gets used less, but I'm pretty sure there's a later puzzle or two that, you know, like the fan is invincible and OP as fuck and needs to be nerfed, but
yeah.
Don't hold out on me, Nintendo. My memory is still as sharp as an iron trap.
I agree. I've never heard of that idiom, but I agree completely. Be very careful that you do not get spotted away from a save point when that Warp Phantom comes to you, because it might appear in the middle of a very narrow corridor, blocking your escape, and then you are shit out of luck.
So how did it feel recording a stealth video game, Mr. Ntom64?
Well, it was the one that started the recording session, and it was a bit of a stumbling block, I'm not gonna lie. Also, this is a thing. Eventually they will slow you to a crawl, and you gotta do some DS, like, touchscreen control mechanics that are mandated by Miyamoto himself.
Rub Link! Rub him faster! Why aren't you rubbing your precious Link?
Oh, Feel the Magic. What was that thing? Was it called Feel the Magic, the Sega game?
Oh man, Sega had no idea.
Did you know that Yuji Naka has recently joined Square Enix?
I saw that! So, Prope is just, like, not a thing anymore? Or... I mean, I don't rightfully care because Yuji Naka was going to do what he wants at Square Enix. Like, they make a lot of games. That doesn't mean he's instantly going to be working on Final Fantasy, so he can work on whatever the hell he wants. Like, shit, I'm more concerned about what Yoko Taro is doing next.
Well, I know nothing about that crazy man, so I'll just say, yes, you have to run away and get to here. If by chance you get spotted, that gate will actually rise, meaning you can't get past until the alert has died down.
I was gonna say, I've always wanted to do a Metal Gear Solid playthrough, and I'm so glad that that day is today.
Well, this, you know, stems from Wind Waker with the Forsaken Fortress. It's not exclusive to Spirit Tracks.
I know. Well, even that's gonna date even further back. Like, Stealth and Zelda, I mean, they're kind of one and the same. Hell, the best way to play Zelda 1 is like it's a stealth game. Like, don't fight unnecessary enemies just because they might just walk right into you and bam, there goes a whole heart.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, you can't really bitch about Stealth and Zelda. It's sort of the package deal there. But, I don't know, just with sensors and the possession thing and the fact that they have routes that they walk, this just really feels Metal Gear Solid to me.
For some reason I want to play Metal Gear Solid 2 for the channel. I don't know. I don't think that far ahead in terms of Let's Plays. I'm only up to like April, the point we're recording this on January 23rd.
I don't know, I think that feels more like a stream game.
I'd probably go nuts if I had to show off all my failures in a stealth game. Action-adventure, understandable, but not Merry Gear, no.
Meruki.
I didn't have to take this one out. I wanted to, and that's the difference.
The savagery with the hero of trains.
The chamber pot of the gods.
For your magical spirit poos.
Ugh, God. Did you know, and apparently this is canon, if it's not, I'm making it an urban legend that it is, wizards didn't originally use chamber pots in the Harry Potter universe. They just shat on the floor and disappeared it then and there.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. That the bathroom is a muggle invention. Suck it, wizards.
Yeah.
Suck it.
Well, suck it, Roman wizards, to be precise.
That too. I mean, eventually all the cultures were gonna have to develop like bathhouses and public bathrooms as they did. So
this just raises like a whole ream of different like hygiene-related questions in terms of wizards. Like, do they have like the cure for uncurable STIs, etc.?
Well, like they didn't even know what stitches were. So it's sort of like they know different areas of medicine, and it's just there's not much overlap in terms of their scope.
Well, medicine in and of itself, to get pretentious for a second, is a kind of, magic. It's just biological magic. And it's kind of sad that I knew exactly which book you were talking about when you were talking about stitches and whatnot. That's Phantom Hourglass, when Ron's dad gets attacked by Nagini.
Wait. Phantom Hourglass is a Harry Potter book?
Son of a bitch, I meant Order of the Phoenix. God damn it.
I don't even know. What were you thinking there that made you slip there?
It was the P, I think, from Phoenix.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Nice. Got it on the rebound.
It's like, neither of them are like the fifth, so I was confused.
It's okay, we'll leave that be. Time to go to the next floor before we get spotted by a Phantom Eye. No, Zelda, you are blocking me. This way.
Move, Zelda! Get out
the way! Don't call her a bitch. She is a friend and also royalty.
She's also a basic person, so, like, decency and shit?
Yeah. I haven't really got the energy or want to put in the effort for that, and yeah, here's the blue shoes again, which still kind of look like silver to me.
I can see it. Sometimes really dark blues, purples, even blacks will, like, look basically the same for my eyes, so I agree with whatever color you say those guys are supposed to be.
Okay, then they are flaming pink.
Nice, I am so glad Nintendo decided to go with this different color palette choice.
Pink's a good color. I don't care what anyone says. The rainbow's a dope color. It's every color conceivable by the human eye at once.
Well, then by that logic, white is the best color because it's every color conceivable blended together.
Well, it doesn't really show its, multifacetedness until you shine it for a prism or whatever.
Yeah, but light's also kind of cool because when you measure it as a particle, it starts behaving as a wave. And then when you observe it as a wave, it starts behaving like a particle. Oh. And that's where Schrodinger's cat comes in.
That's the difference between, like, Mexi and I when it comes to talking about intelligent things. He's like, oh, here is the score of pi to 1,000 places or whatever. And here's me going, oh, pretty colours. This fucking floor right here is the bane of my recording existence. There is so much intricate detail you have to follow here. The precise order, like the Phantom can't walk over sand because it will just sink, Link can't pass through spikes, etc. Jesus.
Okay, so if you're gonna save your entire kingdom, you should probably get over some of your hang-ups, because, you have a sacred duty, a royal duty. Now is not the time to be picky about certain things. Sometimes we gotta suck it up, Buttercup, and claw our way through the sand.
That's what you get, Link. It's to poke you up, because at this point I was nearly falling asleep having to record this.
I mean, they get tedious. It's a good thing that they are not timed. Like, yes. Thank the goddesses. Thank whatever for the fact that these towers are not timed. Because these puzzles are consuming. Both time-wise, mentally-wise. Like, I'm already tired. I need a nap. We're halfway through a Let's Play part.
Not quite done yet, mate. Still a fair bit to go. I think there's one more floor after this, but that's just like one puzzle, and that's it.
So that's a ixnay on the nap, or...?
No, no. Do not nap in the middle of my glorious internet-based Let's Play, thank you.
So I have been ordered.
Yes, there you go. No. Zelda, on the Switch, thank you.
Oh, that is so bad. There really needs to be just something designed as that when the button is switched, there's sort of like a gravity towards it.
Yeah, it just sucks you in and keeps you there.
Yeah, I don't know how to describe it, but that's essentially it. I need unrealistic gravity in my Zelda games, please. It will just make things much easier for me.
Alright, we'll take out this sucker again. Just about 3 rounds will do it. He hasn't got the fireballs, but he does have a bit of a mean swing, so watch out for that.
These are satisfying. It's a shame that it's basically just the same thing. Like, I couldn't really think of any other ways that you could do the 2-on-1 combat. I kind of wish there was more to it. It's a really, really good idea.
Huh. Well, what you could do is you could have that thing where Link stands on Zelda's shield and she's like holding him up, and then you go to like a first-person punch-out kind of thing where like Link hits high and Zelda hits low and whatnot. You have to kind of alternate.
Holy shit, that's amazing. Oh, and it would be so Banjo-Kazooie-esque as well.
Oh,
like just a random mode that switches to first person. It's like, okay.
I kind of want like a Spirit Tracks 2 where Zelda can mentally project herself into like a suit of armor again, just for the giggles, so she doesn't have to like die a second time.
It's like we have to make the same game. The same, but different. But the same. So we get an astral project. Love it. That's how you make sequels.
There you go. Yeah, if you have an interesting mechanic, bring it into the sequel and just write the story around it. You know, that's an easy way to advance the story, give people the characters that they know and love, and let them grow as individuals.
Well, see, that's kind of just one philosophy of game design. Like, you're saying begin with the mechanic and then write the story around that. And then there are some people that start from the scenario and design around that. So, it would kind of depend on what team you're able to get together for that.
Which Nintendo, like, team would you have tackle such a game like Spirit Tracks 2, mate?
I'd have to be the Ocarina of Time crew, just because they all had that mentality that it was mechanics based first and everything, the game is just built around a scenario to present the mechanics. So they'd be 100% on board for designing your first person punch out in a Zelda game and repeat cliched story for possession purposes. But yeah.
Okay. The magic pink circle, and now we swap. I forget, have these things ever been in a Zelda game before?
I have no idea. Like, it's so cartoony. Just the idea that they swap platforms. Cause let's see, Wind Waker had escort. You had to go through dungeons with a partner, but never had swappy platforms.
Swappy platforms. Somehow I don't think that's their actual name, and like...
No. I have the Hyrule Historia right here. Swappy platforms.
Okay. You gonna get the encyclopedia when it comes out?
If I have the cash.
Zelda. Come on. There you go.
Something they don't let you know is that being a Zelda nerd is a very costly affair.
Oh yeah.
Like, my personal account did not have any forewarning of that.
Well, video games in general, especially like last year, 2017, at the time of recording. Oh. Holy shit.
And my wallet's turning from I didn't buy any of the games, but I'm gonna have to buy them all later anyway, so yeah, you had Breath of the Wild, you had the Odyssey, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 for me, just because that was a fantastic game in my opinion.
Oh yeah. Let's see, what am I getting next with my big fat Patreon books? More than 3/4 of which are like games for other people for me to do quick looks on.
Oh no!
Steven Universe Save the Light, because I like that despite the poor reviews it got due to being buggy at launch, and I don't think anyone's re-reviewed it since, poor thing. But you know, that's what you get when you take a mobile developer and have it work on a console game, I guess.
Well, I like Save the Light, just because it's a continuation of the South Park game, that kind of direction with turn-based RPG combat. You know, that's sort of Mario and Luigi inspired. I really like Save the Light just for being a new entry in that genre, and I hope that people like are inspired by it and make more games in that direction, because I really like those where you like move around and have QTE combos that are flashy and fun. I love games like that.
Well, look out for an LP of that later this year. It's going to be a live one. Should be doing that with Hell Dragon. And we talked about the Whirlwind. How about that? Just a random example. Would you ever think you have to physically move that thing over there to like be able to warp to that platform without sinking in the sand?
No. Like I said, some of these puzzles get a little obscure. This one's dumb.
Doesn't matter. It's done now. We can leave the nightmare behind.
It's just sand of all things. It's a simple weakness, but it's really annoying.
Oh, there's going to be plenty more sand later in the game. Don't count your sand chickens before they sand hatch.
I know. At least there's not a dungeon of it, he said, knowing the whole game already.
I love the fact in like Breath of the Wild, you see that douche in yellow at the start with the sand rod, going into a dungeon that has no sand whatsoever.
You know, that reminds me of the beginning of, what is it? A Link to the Past 2. How one of the sage dudes takes the sand rod and goes into the Eastern Palace.
That's literally what I just said, mate.
But no, you said in another game.
Oh, sorry. Did I say Breath of the Wild? I meant Link
You
Between
said Breath
Worlds.
of the Wild. I thought, because I still haven't played Breath of the Wild, so I thought maybe they just did an inspirational thing. It's like, that's so cool. Oh,
Why am I so fucking dyslexic in this part? God damn.
I'm so disappointed.
I'm sorry. Put the boner away. It was a false alarm. Boner denied. Anyway, the answer to this puzzle should be obvious. You have two almost identical areas. You just basically have to replicate the path that the phantom on the right is following.
I see.
And that's it. That's all you gotta do.
Okay. I mean, at least it's not one of those puzzles where you have to step on every tile in the room once and only once.
I actually kind of like those.
I'm hit or miss with them. Sometimes I like them, and sometimes I just can't figure them out, and they piss me off.
Such is the way of any puzzle in a video game, I think.
Basically. I'm just glad the one in Pokemon was really easy, because I was just kind of bad at those puzzles as a kid, so, man, I would have been stuck and so mad.
Alright, Zelda, take your time. I mean, you are a honking great suit of armor, but you haven't ever heard of the run function?
Right? Like, not even a run function, like just kind of a fast forward function.
Where are you going, Zelda?
No, Zelda, come back!
Training a princess isn't all it's cracked up to be, honestly.
The AI's not perfect, but it's good enough? Well, question. Because I remember when you mentioned Skyward Sword's control, you said that they weren't terrible, but they were, like, they worked, you said 90% of the time, right?
Yeah.
How, I don't know, if you could rate the Zelda controls in this game on a percentage scale as well, where would you put these at? Because these are clearly not 100%, but are they at that 90 range or a bit higher?
I'd say about 85.
Okay. So the Zelda controls are worse than basically like the collective motion controls of Skyward Sword.
Well, Skyward Sword's main point of control, for Link anyway, is the control stick on the nunchuck, you know, whereas everything is done with the stylus here.
Oh.
Cute moment in 3, 2, 1, ah!
Aww, we're kawaii best friends. This is the part where they flip their middle fingers, and it switches to the next little skit.
Aww. Helldragon and I are going to watch that soon. It is going to be amazing. Oh, Burn. I refuse to call you Staven because I prefer the name Burn. Why weren't you in Hyrule Warriors? Not even in the definitive edition. Not a whiff of Burn. Not a lick.
Why are you ignoring Spirit Tracks, Nintendo? bring us more Spirit Tracks content.
To be fair, like, Toon Link's ultimate weapon is the Locomo sword.
To be fair, that's still not enough.
Okay. I appreciate the honesty.
I need Spirit Tracks hero, essentially, to be appeased at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want Anjin to have train combos. Like, she punches and the train just manifests right behind her fist. Like Jin in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, where he punches and his robot punches right behind them. I wanted to do that, but with a fucking train.
Oh, sick. So yeah, we've got a bit of, let's see, what parallels can I make here? Obi-Wan and Anakin? I have failed you, Anakin, etc.
Oh, right. We have character drama. He's a former Locomo, and he's working for the bad guys. What's up with that?
Well, he wants the power, because he hasn't got the women, he hasn't got the sugar, so he may as well have the power. God, his gauntlet's so fucking cool!
I just want to touch it. I'm tempted to open a tab and see if anyone has cosplayed as the Burn, and to see the quality of their gauntlet.
Yeah, go for it. It's just these two bickering right now, honestly, talking about like their motivations and whatnot.
Let's take a look-see.
Burn's theme is wonderful, by the way. There is a another version of it later in the game, which is far superior, but the base one's pretty nice.
There's some alright ones. There's some okay.
You hesitated there, so I'm going to assume they all like they were made out of paper mache.
One looks pretty bad, and then the other ones are just kind of small. Like they just, well, like they put the color bands on their arm, so it's not like a big gauntlet. They just, you know, spiffied up their own arm.
Fair enough.
Eh. There's actually a Conductor Link and an Alfonso cosplay as well.
Oh, sweet.
I approve.
Alright, Burn, you're kind of beyond saving at this point, so you two, you must head to the next temple to retrieve the next MacGuffin, and yeah, quickly before Kylo Burn destroys you with his massive fist.
This is the part of the quest where our Master Eriquaze tells us that there's too much darkness in Burn's heart, so we gotta go after him, and though we were just made the Master.
What is it with characters played by Mark Hamill trying to assassinate their students?
I have no idea. He did in that Joker ass shit.
Oh, this is so cool. Like, I like how it actually leaves it to your imagination as to how this confrontation played out. I can imagine Anjin doing some sick, like, grinds, multi-track drifting along the wall and whatnot, firing, like, laser bolts at Burn, and he's just, like, knocking them away with his gauntlet and whatnot. Link's fucking dead, by the way.
I'm telling you, train punches.
Mm-hmm.
Also, now I want Burn to be voiced by Mark Hamill.
Ooh. I don't know, who would I have to dub Burn in, like, the English version of a potential remake? I'd go with maybe Liam O'Brien.
Yeah, any of them. I mean, it's always the same, like, 30 voice actors anyways, so take your pick. Just put them in a hat and draw one.
Anjin, I am not weak! I am not weak!
It's like, it turns out that everyone has one name in the hat, but John Young Bosch has 5 names in the hat for some reason, so his name just kind of gets drawn more often than everyone else. They don't question it, but...
No, it's like for every Power Ranger you are, you get another name in the hat. Okay, well, I've got my Muffin Power Rangers, I've got Zeo, I've got Turbo Johnny. Always pulling Power Ranger privilege on us.
That makes too much sense, actually.
Oh, Lord have mercy. So yeah, we're going to leave Anjin to take care of Burn/Staven, and as for us, we have to head to the Fireland/realm via the Snow Realm, so I guess it's time to hop on the train and head over there.
It's time to get on the choo-choo, Tom!
Oh yeah, swivel that sumbitch.
I missed you, train baby.
Yeah, we usually take a week between recording sessions, but we're here now, and that's all that matters. Alright guys, we shall see you later today for another installment of The Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks. See you then.